Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this workout. So today we are doing our Strong Core Challenge. This is actually part of the Strong Core Challenge that I am leading. This is your at-home workout that you should be doing once a week in addition to your choreography classes. Zoe is about to come join us for our warm-up. But guys, if you have not registered for that yet and is still before October 1st, definitely head to the description box below, check it out, sign up, and get on that mailing list. But let's start with the warm-up. So we're gonna start with some arm circles, bringing them up and back behind us. We're gonna spend about 15 seconds in each direction. Good, just warming up the joints. We'll talk more about what we're focusing on besides the core as we get on into the bulk of this, switch directions. But as always, guys, if you've ever taken class with me, that you know that the core is much more than just your abs, right? If you were to cut off your head, your arms, and your legs, everything that remains is your core. So we're really gonna get like a total body workout in today. Good. Once you're here, bring hands to your hips. We'll just make some big hip circles, warming up the hips, the pelvis. Again, 15 seconds in each direction. You'll feel those hamstrings start to engage. And switching to the other side. Good. It ain't gonna look cute, but it's gonna feel amazing. 10 seconds left here. We're gonna go for a little torso twist with a knee raise. In 3, 2, and 1. Hands come to the center. So we're gonna twist, twist, and then bring the knee up. So 2 twists and then a knee. Good, 2 twists and a knee. Zoe is just really ready to join the core challenge here. So guys, this is gonna take a little bit of like mind-body connection for sure. But that's why we want to do it. Remember, your core is your foundation. And from your muscles to get activated from your core to your arms and legs, like that stimulus to get across, we gotta have good mind-body connection. Good, and let that go. So we're gonna come into a little inchworm here, rolling it down, walking it out to your plank, and then bringing it all the way back up. Good, nice and slow. We're not here long, so you're not gonna get too many reps in. Beautiful. Next one, I want you to hold it down in your plank. Going for a little plank to down dog in 3, 2, and 1. So finding your plank, shifting the hips up, and then we come back down. So making sure that you're hitting the end of your, range of motion. There we go. In each one. So shifting the hips all the way up, big stretch, dropping the hips all the way back down. Guys, the fact that I can't form sentences yet and we've just started, not a good sign. Good, 5 seconds. Almost there. We're gonna drop down into a side plank in 3, 2, and 1. Drop to one side, just hold it. Good, so making sure in this side plank, we've got head in line with the rest of the body. We're really lengthening from that shoulder to the neck. And if you need to modify, you can always cross one leg in front. You can always drop the knees down. If you want to advance it, let's bring that top arm up. Good, keep on breathing through this. 5 seconds, we've got some leg presses in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down onto your back. Good, so keeping the low back pinned down into the mat, we're gonna press into one leg as we extend the other, count to 3, and switch. Good, so we're really trying to warm up the abs here, as well as some of the deeper muscles of your core, specifically your TVA. Good. I want you to think of your TVA kind of like a corset that wraps around your midsection. It connects directly to your spine. Good, side plank, other side in 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Beautiful. We're almost out of this warm-up. We're keeping it short and sweet today. So I want you to challenge yourself here. See if you can push through this entire circuit. 15 seconds. So guys, once we do get into the bulk of the workout, we're gonna be working in supersets. So 2 exercises back to back, and we're gonna repeat it 4 times through, all right? Go, we got 3, 2, and 1. Drop it onto your back, heading into a bridge. So we are gonna see a good chunk of volume today, meaning that we've got a lot of repetition, but we're not working in long bursts. We're gonna be doing 30-second bursts. Good, just like our warm-up. 15 more seconds here on this bridge, making sure we're really squeezing at the top. Good, so not only is this gonna serve to wake up the glutes, it's also gonna stretch those hips. Hold it up in 3, 2, and 1, just hold it. Good, really simple. We're gonna be here for 30 seconds. I want you to pick up one leg. Good. And drop it down, switch to the other. So as you bring that opposite leg up, you're gonna feel the hamstring really engage on that supporting leg. Good, you got about 10 seconds left. Really slow. Make sure your hips are staying in the same plane. Good, hold it in 3, 2, and 1, just hold. Good, holding it here, squeeze those glutes together. So guys, we're gonna take a lot of time to really warm up the glutes or really prime the glutes to make sure that they're awake, because believe it or not, your glutes are part of your core, all right? Just remember, cutting off your legs, cutting off your arms, and cutting off your head, everything that surrounds it, or everything left, is gonna be considered the core. So the glutes are actually one of the biggest stabilizers on your body. So we wanna make sure that they're really primed and ready to go so that we're out of the quads. So we're gonna go up for little presses in 3, 2, and 1. Press. Press, up an inch, down an inch. Drive into the heels. You are almost out of this. You got about 15 seconds left. Let's go. Nice work. Keep on breathing. Relax the shoulders. You've got 5. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Give those knees a big hug. Make some hip circles. All right, and rock yourself up. So we've got 30-second recovery before we hop into those circuits. I will see you there. All right, guys, welcome back. So we're gonna hop into the bulk of our workout, which will be comprised of supersets. So supersets are really just taking 2 exercises, putting them back to back, and we're gonna repeat it 4 times through. So I'm gonna show you your first 2 exercises, and then we're gonna do it all together, 30 seconds in each one. So our first exercise is gonna be a good morning squat combo. So I'll turn slightly to the side so you can see. Toes are pointed to the front, hands are up by the ears as we hinge the hips back. Good, driving into the heels to come back up. And then once we're at the top, we'll bend from the knees to come back up. So we're going from a hip dominant exercise into a knee dominant exercise, all right? From there, we're gonna make our way down onto our back for a tuck and abduction. So we're gonna bring the knees in toward the chest, reaching everything out long in our hollow hold. Legs go out and in. So it's in, out, and in. Thinking of it like 4 pieces of choreography, all right? Those are our first 2 exercises, 30 seconds in each. We're gonna start this clock and head it on up with that good morning squat in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So working nice and slow and controlled here. This first superset is almost kind of like, it's still kind of priming, very basic exercises, nothing too crazy. But really focus here on making the good morning and the squat very, very distinct. Good. Both of them, what they do have in common, we're driving into those heels. Good. You got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto your back. So you got that tuck, good morning. Bringing the knees in, reach it out long, legs go out and in. So you get that little reprieve in the center, in the tuck. It's gonna feel really, really good by the time we get to that 4th round of this, I promise. Now, if this is too much, bringing the arms above the head, you can always tuck, reach the arms long, out and in. Good, you've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, right on into it. Here we go, so we got that good morning and the squat. Now, I like the arms up by the ears because this is gonna cause you to have a lot more core engagement. The farther the arms are away from the center of gravity, your core, the more your core has to work. If you're feeling it really like in the traps, I want you to come to a cross arm position instead. That's gonna be your modification here. Good, you've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Now in this tuck abduction, you're gonna feel a lot of stuff going on, all right? So as those legs extend, I want you to point through the toes. As the legs open and close, you're gonna feel the inner and outer thighs start to work. Super, super important because those help support your abdominals. So we wanna have a nice, strong foundation underneath of us. You've got 3, 2, and 1. This is your halfway point. Here we go. So we're hinging it forward, coming back up, squat it down. Beautiful. Now making sure as we're squatting that the chest isn't coming too far forward. If we're leaning all the way forward, we're actually disengaging the core completely. So really thinking of closing the rib cage, sending the hips back. Good, 2 and 1, drop it down. In, out, out, and in. Good, so this is another one of those instances where it requires a lot of mind-body connection, right? But this is how we move in everyday life. We don't just do one thing, move in one direction, or do one movement pattern at a time. We string lots of things together. So this is a really great way to train functionally for our everyday life. You got 3, 2, and 1. Final round here. Good. All right, last one. Now guys, I always say with these body weight exercises, you're only gonna get out of it what you put in. So especially on the good morning, really think hips back, back, back. Drive into the heels, squeeze the glutes. Think of pressing out a little bit with the thighs and then come up slow. Yeah, you got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. So it's not necessarily about moving as quick as you can. There's a reason why we're working for time and not for reps, all right? We're just trying to keep the time under tension high rather than getting as many reps in as possible. What that's gonna do is help us focus on having proper form and loading the correct muscles rather than just like muscling through everything. Good, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Take a quick rest while I show you guys the next 2 movements, all right? So hopping into the second superset. We have a curtsy lunge with a twist. So guys, we're gonna do the first ones on one side and then the last 2 on the other side since this is a unilateral movement. Taking one leg back, we're gonna bring it back behind us. We're gonna tap it out, twist into it. So back, side, up, down. Again, it's like some choreography, all right? That supporting leg is slightly turned out to make sure that we're hitting that glute med. We wanna train from all different angles. From there, we're gonna hit our first plank combo. This is where it gets spicy, all right, guys? So we're coming into a lateral bear. Knees are right underneath the hips here. So noticing how I'm not popping the booty, neutral spine, all right? We're coming across our mat, all the way over. In that bear, we're gonna go for a kick through just toward the direction we came. Then we're gonna go back and we're gonna go for a kick through from the direction we came, all right? If the kick through is too much, because I know this is like a wild movement, what we're really trying to do is just support our entire body weight on one side of the body. So if you can't do that, I want you to hold the bear, give me a shoulder tap, all right? That's gonna be your modification. Here we go. We're standing it up, starting it all together. We got that curtsy lunge twist. Let's start with the right leg supporting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So step the left leg back, tap it out, up and down. So remember, bottom leg, right leg, toes are turned out to the side. What we're doing with that little bit of external hip rotation, we're gonna hit a little bit more of the glute med here. So glute med assists in external hip rotation. It also causes hip abduction. So that's the lifting. If you were to like lift the leg up, that would be your glute med. 2 and 1, drop it down. All right, here we go. Guys, again, this is the crazy round. Good, kick through. Or you're gonna give me that shoulder tap. Good, keep it going. If you're feeling really wild, maybe you give me one of each. That's just what I'm ending up doing, showing both options. Good, 10 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up, same side. So that right leg. Woo! I know you guys all probably did that first superset and you're like, piece of cake. This is gonna be easy. Oh my gosh. Those lateral bear walks. They get you every time. Good, 10 seconds. Now guys, the reason they get so tough is because we are working side to side, which we don't typically train in, all right? 3, 2, and 1. So anytime we train sideways, I'm gonna move my mat down a little, it does take a little bit more out of us, because typically, if you think about it, when we're training up and down, right? Squats, lunges, deadlifts. We're not typically used to moving in this plane of motion. And then we're adding the twist in there too. 10 seconds. Keep those hips down. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side now. Left leg turned out. Here we go. Back, out, twist. Whoo, good. Back, out, and twist. You got it. I apologize for the Darth Vader voice in the mic. Oh God, words are leaving me, everybody. Good. But I want you to use this curtsy lunge twist to really catch your breath. You got 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Drop it down. Whoo. Now guys, if this is like way too much in the bear position, a lot of times people will find this easier in a full plank, all right? So that's gonna be your other option. Walking your full plank across. If you wanna do the kick through or the shoulder tap, honestly, it's just about moving side to side, shifting your weight onto one side of your body. That's the purpose, all right? 3, 2, and 1, back up. Everyone's like, you didn't have to do that last one. I will. Whew, good. So we're gonna get super specific with every single angle, every single direction, every single tempo within this workout. We wanna make sure that this is a good supplement to whatever you're doing for the rest of your week. So those of you in my core challenge, this is a good supplement to choreography. Those of you not, this is a good supplement to your every other workout. Here we go, bring it down. Last round. Like I said, we're gonna train in all angles, all tempos, all planes of motion, get all those good movement patterns in there. So whatever else you're doing in the week, whether it looks like this or not, you're gonna be well-rounded. 10 seconds. Good, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Second superset. Nailed it. All right, you guys break while I show you the next exercises. So we're gonna start in a sumo lunge pivot. This one is gonna be super low and it's gonna move a little bit quicker. So again, toes out to the side. We're gonna hit that glute med. Hands are either gonna be at heart center or up by the ears for a little bit more of a challenge. We're gonna bend it straight down, keeping it low, pivoting into our lunge, sumo, lunge, sumo. Good. From there, we're gonna bring it down onto the mat for a dead bug. So we have to lay all the way down, hallelujah. Knees up in line with the hips, arms are up long. As we bring the right arm back, left leg reaches out, and then we bring it back up, keeping the low back pinned down to the mat the entire time. So if this is too much, bringing it right off the floor, I just want you to bring it up a little bit. Remember the most important thing, low back down the entire time. Here we go. I did that much quicker than last time. Here we go, y'all. Stand it up if you're not already up, and we're gonna open those knees for the sumo squat in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So I'm in that more advanced version with the hands up by the ears. Maybe you start there. Maybe you just like see how it feels, right? But if you start to notice that you're flaring or like booty popping, bring the hands back down the center, all right? What we're doing right now is challenging the core just a little bit more. Beautiful, 10 seconds left here. Keeping it nice and low. This is gonna rack up a little bit of speed. 3, 2, and 1, dead bug. And this is gonna move super slow. Now the tough thing here is that those legs are really tired from doing that pivot. So just holding the legs up in tabletop is gonna feel like work. Good, now make sure with the knees, they're not coming in past the hips. A lot of times we wanna bring them in here because that's gonna activate the hip flexors. Make sure we've got those 2 90-degree angles. We got 3, 2, and 1, swing it up. Let's go, quick transitions. Good, not so quick that you fall back on your table. Let's do it. Good. Keep on breathing. You're gonna start to feel those outer glutes really light up. We got 10 seconds. Also inner thighs here. Good, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, dead bug. Woo. All right, right on into it. So guys, your breath is really gonna help you here. As you lengthen out, really exhale. What that's also teaching you how to do is brace your midsection. So when you exhale with that strong power like that, I know I sound like a total a-hole, but when you're exhaling that way, it's gonna teach you how to brace like someone's gonna punch you in the stomach. That's what we want for that core activation. Stand it up. I know I'm cheating over here. It's hard to coach and do this workout at the same time. Good, shoulders are down and back. So instead of bringing the shoulders up by the ears, really think dropping them down. When we get there, a lot of times, we'll start to do this. Close the rib cage, squeeze the glutes. So it's not so much about tucking the pelvis under, it's just finding that neutral spine and squeezing the glutes for that glute activation. 2 and 1, bring it down. Ooh, here we go. And up. So again, guys, the reason why I really love this workout and that I'm encouraging you to try this in your challenge once a week is because it's gonna hit a little bit of everything, making sure that we're hitting all of our angles, tempos, and planes of motion. 2 and 1, bring it up. We also got lots of different styles, right? We're standing, we've got more Pilates-based movement. So it's gonna be a good supplement to any other training that you're doing. You could really consider some of these to be more mobility based. So really increasing your range of motion in certain exercises so that if you wanted to add weight to them, you could do so safely. You got 2 and 1. This is our last round before that last superset. Good, catch your breath here. I want you to imagine that there's a piece of paper underneath your low back and you have to super glue it down. So that means if you start to rock forward, rocking that pelvis forward, maybe you don't need to move your legs as much. Good, 10 seconds. Beautiful, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Final superset. So you guys break while I show you what's going on. So, we're starting standing, oh boy. All right guys, so we're gonna go for a multiplanar lunge. Again, this is a unilateral exercise. So we're gonna start it on the right side and then we'll move it to the left after we do our first 2 rounds. So this one is really gonna challenge our balance. We're coming up onto that leg. We're gonna step into a front lunge. Stand it up, bring it out to the side, up, and then into our reverse lunge. So noticing where my body's going on each of those, right? As we come into our front lunge, making sure knee over ankle, knee under the hip. As we come into that lateral lunge, hips are going back, knee in line with the toe. And then same thing, into that reverse lunge, we're stepping it back, knee in line with ankle, knee under the hip, all right? From there, we're gonna come down onto the mat and we're coming into a shoulder tap, shoulder tap rotation. So we're gonna alternate these. Right hand to left shoulder, sweep it open, right hand back to the left shoulder, pull this hip back down to where it started, and then tap it down. Other side. So that third motion, bringing the hip back down, that's the hardest part, all right? The goal here is to not move the hips as much as possible unless you're in that rotation. So here we go, starting that whole thing up. I'm gonna scoot back just a little bit. I know I'm short, but I don't want my head to be completely out of the frame. Here we go, y'all, in 3, 2, and 1. So right leg steps up. We're gonna step it through. Up and side. So really focusing on the balance here. I always say it whenever we do stuff like this in class, but balance training like this or stability training, it's literally just core training. It's a fancy word for it. Good. Remember, the main goal or the main job of your core is to stabilize your spine. All right, so that's what we're doing right here with this hold in the middle. You got 3, 2, and 1, bring it down. So these alternate, shoulder tap, rotation, shoulder tap, and down. So you guys will notice you can still get your heart rate pretty high without doing jumping exercises. Good, 10 seconds. Beautiful, you got 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, same leg, so right leg comes up and steps through. Go ahead and play around with where you like your hands. You can see I kind of like them a little bit of everywhere. Hips, heart center. Good, 15 seconds. Again, this is one, once you're really comfy doing this body weight, you could hold a weight above your head. Really challenge yourself more. But again, these are great mobility exercises to build that foundational strength. Bring it down. Good, shoulder tap, rotate, shoulder tap, and down. So what we're doing here, we're working a little bit of, I'm gonna get down to say this so I can actually speak. So guys, working a little bit of rotation and anti-rotation, specifically for your obliques. So think of your obliques, very simply, they're in charge of making sure that your hips don't move, okay? It's very simple. But we wanna train them by keeping the hips in one place and also moving the hips. We've got both there. Stand it up. Other side, so this time left leg comes up. I'm gonna go this way. Step it through, up, step it over, up, step it back. So the reason we want to train our obliques in those different ways is because we move in those different ways in everyday life, right? So you want to make sure that your core is ready to rotate and to resist rotation under force. 2 and 1, bring it down. So always just thinking back to this Y functionally, right? Good. Whew, almost flipped myself over there. It's gonna happen as we get tired. Good. Over halfway. Got about 10 seconds left. Beautiful. You got 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it up. 1. Here we go. Final round, y'all. Left leg up. Step it forward. Up. Step it side. Up. Step it back. So you're gonna notice that your core needs to be a little bit more activated, or it's just a little bit harder for you in different parts of this lunge. Again, that's why we wanna do it in all directions, front, side, and back. Make sure that we're training any weaknesses. 2 and 1. Final round before our finisher, y'all. Here we go. So really pausing in each of these positions, like someone needs to take a picture every time. Good. You got 10 seconds. Keep on breathing. Oh, good. You got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shut it down. All right, y'all. Take a 30-second recovery. I will see you for your finisher. Do not click out. We got our finisher cool down, then you're done. Funny how your dream keep your ass from getting sleep. This that basement DIY scheme. RIP Mac, I'll make a milli for the team. Holding my faith, know them blessings on me. Big plans, know that I got big plans. Cop a big truck with them big bands. Only doing big things, make a big scene. I be on a type of wave that you never seen. Said I made my mama cry too many times. To go wasted on a bitch was so fucking nice. And the fact I gotta get it keep me up at night. For the money. All right, y'all, our finisher is down on the mat. It's 45 seconds of work. It's gonna fly by, all right? We only do it once. So we've got a combo here. We're going for a body weight, row, row, push up, and then sit back. So just to show you what that looks like and give you some modifications. We're up on those toes. We row one arm, row the other arm. We give ourselves a push-up, we sit it back and forward. Now, if that's a little bit too much for you on the toes, all you need to do is drop down to the knees here. So you got a row, row, push-up, and then a quick little child's pose, all right? Now, if you wanna do like a combo of each of those, maybe you'd only need to drop down to your knees for the push-up, absolutely fine. We got 45 seconds of work, then we're cooling it down. Let's do it in 3, 2, and 1. Pop it up, row, row, push up, and sit back. So I want you to move these as quick as you can control, all right? Try to start with the opposite arm every single time. Good. And remember, the whole purpose here is to not move those hips. So this is anti-rotation. Good, keep it going. Remember, if you need to drop down to those knees, absolutely fine. You are so close. You've got 10 seconds. I'm in it with you. Good. Ooh. That's it, it's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find a child's pose. Let everything get nice and heavy. Whew. Awesome work. Good, carefully rolling it up. We're gonna bring one leg in front of you, step the foot down, and then press into the meaty part of your leg, pressing that hip forward, making sure that knee is in line with ankle so that we can actually open up the hip. Good, let your breath slow down. And then we'll straighten that front leg, flexing the heel, shifting the hips back for a hamstring stretch. Go ahead and trying to keep a flat back here. So if we round forward, we're really not gonna be hitting the hamstring. And it is super important to make sure that we're actually hitting that hamstring because it does have a lot to do with any kind of low back pain. Good, we'll switch to the other side. I've got this handy table next to me to hold on to. I encourage everyone to get one. Awesome work. So again, guys, if you are participating in the October 2020 Strong Core Challenge, check this off of your calendar for your week. You have finished it. Make sure if you haven't already that you sign up for the 2 choreography classes this week as well. And if you can't attend live, remember they are going to be uploaded and emailed to you digitally so you can do them on your own time. Let's straighten that leg, shooting the hips back. Awesome, awesome job. Good, and then swing yourself back into a cat-cow position. So dropping the belly down and rounding up. Good, just giving that midsection a little massage. And then holding at center, we're gonna shift the hips out, take your focus with it, and other side. So it's like a dog wagging its tail and looking at it. Beautiful, and then we're gonna tuck those toes, lift the hips up, walk your hands and your feet together, little bend at the knees, and just round over, decompressing the spine. And we'll roll it all the way up. That's my doorbell, so it must be time to go. Thank you guys so much for coming out today. I will see you hopefully either on the screen or sometime soon in class. Mwah, wonderful job. I will see you in the next one.